Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm Andrew, this is Aggie, here at Nexus Jiu-Jitsu in Folsom. Today we're gonna look at ninja roll and a couple options from the truck position. Some of the names I'm gonna be using for it are kind of 10th planet system names, and other names are just gonna be kind of conventional Jiu-Jitsu names. I don't know another name for the ninja roll other than the ninja roll. And I can hit that from a lot of different scenarios. The 10th planet system, they call it twister side control. You can do ninja rolls from there. You can do it from half guard if you work your way over into 3/4 mount. I could also do it when someone's kind of doing mount escapes on me, or if they're turtle and I go into one hook, I can roll through to these truck style positions. So we're gonna talk about it just from the half guard. I'll show a couple other ways that I like to get into the ninja roll. And we're gonna look at some options, 3 main options from the truck. We're gonna look at the calf slicer, which I think they call vaporizer. We're gonna look at the twister, and then we're gonna look at the back take. There are groin locks, or whatever you wanna call them, banana splits that you can also do from there. I don't find those to be super successful with, like, I'm pretty flexible, and I got some students here who are real flexible. They don't tap to those, so we're not really gonna look at those or pay too much attention to those. But the calf slicer, that'll damage somebody no matter what. The twister, you can really mess someone up with that. They call it a guillotine in wrestling. And the back take is always good from there. So we're gonna start in the regular half guard. And when I'm in the half guard, I can't hit a ninja roll from this position. Okay? What I need to have either a 3/4 mount, or I can start it from, like, say I'm in side control. I can start it from a side control style position and start looking to go into it, right? But I'm gonna show you what's really important about the leg positioning when you go for the ninja roll. Okay? There's a couple of things with the legs that are very important. I think one thing is also missed quite a lot in the teaching of this motion. So when I'm in the side control, I'll go into my fundamental starting position, start playing the upper body controls, which don't matter hugely. And what I want to start doing is piking my hips up and cutting my knee across the hips. Now, as I start cutting my knee across, they're always going to follow your foot with their knees. See how her knees are now pointing at the camera, so she can keep this foot trapped. When we get here, of course, I can start going into shoelace methods of going to mount, crossface methods of going to mount, etc. Or I can start looking to attack the back or submissions. So what I'm going to do is walk my hands behind her here and start going perpendicular across her body. Now, what's really important is that my left foot hooks her top leg here. This has to happen. If you don't get this, you're not going to be connected for your ninja roll. You're not going to have a good position when you finish, okay? So if I rolled through and I don't have it, we're kind of like this, I'm going to look to keep her foot here with my top leg, kind of keeping her foot here, and I roll my foot over the top so I can get laces control over her shin. Now that's one really good thing to remember. It's important. But another thing I like to remember that helps me a lot is to control this free leg, okay? And you'll see why in a second. Once you get this control, you can triangle your legs, you can just set your leg here, you can step this leg back. It doesn't really matter as long as you keep this. Now what I want to do is I want to bring my body kind of below their butt, right? I don't want to roll when I'm at the small of their back, because if I roll here, I'll have to pick up a lot of their weight and bring them over the top of me. But if I come over here to this empty gap here, like in the back of her knee, I'm going to roll into empty space and not really have to carry a lot of them, right? I really like to control this leg, because as I roll through, so I'm going to roll through, as I roll through and bring them up, if I don't control this leg and she just kicks that way, like turns hard, I might lose her and she might come on top, right? So as we're coming through, if with the momentum she kicks through and goes up, this might happen, you might lose them, right? So I want to make sure that I just hold this leg as I roll through. Now try to kick and roll through. She just can't go anywhere, right? And I have my good twister hook like I needed that I established early on in the motion, right? Now the first thing I usually look for is this calf slicer over here, and I do it in a couple of different ways. But there's one particular way that I like to finish that I think really maximizes the pressure that they're gonna feel. So what I look to do is, if I can't reach it, if they're kind of keeping it away from me, I'll pull it to me here, right? Again, I'm using this free leg. So I'll pull her ankle to me. What a mistake that I see is people will reach like this, and then the person, if they're good, they're going to grab your wrist and pull your arm and armbar you, and you have nowhere to go. You're stuck here. So now you're getting broken. So don't reach here. If you're going to reach with this arm, what you want to do is go elbow deep around their ankle, make a figure 4, like a rear choke, and now you can finish with a strong calf slicer, right? But that's not my favorite way to finish. What I want to do, again, I can keep control of this leg. I can also reach this way, okay, and control her hip. I pull this ankle to me, and I just control the toes. So you see how my fingers, they go around her toes, and I grab kind of the ball of the foot. And there's a purpose behind this, okay? I'm going to make it as light as I can just so I can get through most of the motion without breaking her leg off. But what I like to do, because I'm flexible, is I'll touch my foot to my heel here, right? And I don't just push straight up and down. I'm going to pull her toes. This is my right hand. I'm going to pull her toes to my right and effectively heel hook this person, whoever this is, right? So in this scenario, I'm not just going up and down like this, which you can finish a lot of people here, but I'm going to pull it here, this way. So I'm really rolling her toes open and effectively heel hooking them as I calf slice them, right? So as soon as we land, I had this, I might go here, I might keep this, I'll pull this foot to me, catch it here, put my foot on my own heel, and break. You can also figure 4. I don't find the same amount of pressure. You can also reach this leg through and pull everything together here. These are all very effective, right? So that's one of my favorite initial attacks, right? Another way to get into this motion is, say we're in mount and she turns to the side and like collects my foot inside her legs like she's escaping mount. I'll just let people do this. And then now look where we are. Same exact position. I catch the leg. I roll through. We're here, okay? I'm right back in the truck. When we're in the truck, I like to make sure we're really perpendicular and that their hips are on top of me. That's important, okay? If we're like more parallel here, this is almost 50-50. If she can get her knee to the inside, she'll be able to win out this position. So I want to make sure that I have her kind of perpendicular with me. We're playing here, okay? So now I'm looking for this foot and she's keeping it away from me. And I have her mind on this foot. So I'm like, look, I'm trying to go for it. She's not thinking about this hand generally, right? Especially if I've done this to them before. So I'm trying to get to this, can't get it. I'm going to reach for this wrist, underhand, overhand, like a baseball bat, okay? And now I'm going to do a shallow triangle of my legs. I'm not doing a deep triangle because she can pummel her foot out of that. I want to do a shallow triangle and reach down for her ankle, okay? And now I have good control. Now I can start pulling her to me and I pummel this elbow inside. See how this elbow came inside? This is really important. I like to keep this grip with my right hand here. Keep this grip and I build up on my elbow over their arm. Once I get over the arm, I can let go. Get your arm out. She's not going anywhere with that, generally. So now I'm going to reach through and start. There'll be a hand fight here. I'm going to go loosen up so it's not going to kill you. Thanks. There'll be a hand fight here, but it's not that bad. I'm going to make sure I get this arm, win this arm, and then she's going to stop me from getting my grips together. She's going to be hand fighting, grip. That's all I need. We start low, work our way up to the crown of the head. This is the low end of the lever. We want to work our way up right above the ear. I can finish here, no problem, okay? That's suboptimal. It'll finish people. Suboptimal, you okay? Yeah. All right. What I really want is once I get here, I pull the head to me and get elbow deep and make a figure 4. And now I finish. That is optimal. Okay, that's the goal, right? So that's another really good option. Hop of the ninja roll, go right into our twister. And that's off the calf slicer threat. I threaten the calf slicer. They keep their leg away from me. I get to that wrist. We're ready to go. Another really good option, once I start going for that calf slicer, is just going straight to the back, right? So where we can kind of play this is, let's say I'm in side control. I'll show you another way to enter the ninja roll. So another way to enter the ninja roll is, say we're in side control. What I can do is pommel through and sit out into this twister control position. Now, what do most people want to do when they're stuck in side control? They want to turn towards you, point their knees at you, and try to get this bottom knee inside. So I'm staying really low to the mat so they can't bring this bottom knee inside, and I'll pull this top leg to me. And now I hook it. Boom. Well, what do we got? This is a twister hook, right? So I can work my way up, catching, making sure I hook here, and I find this bottom leg. And now we're getting to work. There's another way to enter, okay? Again, we're now in the truck. I want to make sure their hips are on me, so I kind of extend, bring their hips on me, and I can start looking for that foot. I can't get to it. Again, I want a shallow triangle. Not a full triangle, shallow. And now from here, I'm just keeping a good position. I want her to be threatened here. I'm going to extend and bring my feet to the mat, which brings her whole low back and sometimes even upper back off the mat. which gives me good access to start chasing the back. If this wrist is here, guess what? Twister. So what do you think they're going to do with this wrist? They're going to hide it, which gives me even more exposure. So now I can start reaching under her shoulder lines and grabbing that far trap. Once I get that, I'll push the hip escape out, pull them to me, and start gathering up my back control. And now I can get to work doing all the mean things that I want to from here. All right, so that was the technique for the day. We're looking at the ninja roll. We looked at the calf slicer. Also, I think it's known as the vaporizer in 10th Planet System. We didn't go over the banana split, which I think they call the electric chair. But we did go over the twister, and we went over the back take. I showed a couple different ways, 3 different ways of getting into the ninja roll. You can start from 3/4 mount, if you're working from side control to 3/4 mount, or half guard to 3/4 mount. If they collect your ankle when you're in mount, what are you in? You're in 3/4 mount, you can hit it from there. Or you can play it from a side control style position where you go into twister side control, pulling their top knee to you, and you can enter from there. And once you jump into the ninja roll and hit the truck, you can automatically go for that calf slicer. Really, really good motion. You can hit it right away. If they keep that foot away from you, you can go for that twister lock, or you can chase the back. When you're playing the twister, remember it's optimal for the figure 4. This will work. Usually I play an S grip. It will work. Just make sure you're up towards the top of the head, not low on the neck. Really effective stuff. I hope it helps some of you guys. If you liked it, let me know. Press that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to see anything in the future, throw it down in the comments. Again, I'm Andrew. This is Aggie. We're here at Nexus Jiu-Jitsu in Folsom. And yeah, go try it. We'll see you in the next one. Good job. That was a good video.